In this video, we'll be comparing JCW F56 to a previous generation GP2. However, my JCW has been hiding under wraps for our long Canadian winter, so we get to unwrap it, put insurance on it, and take it out for the first time. And what a better way to take your first spring drive than to convoy with another awesome car, the GP2. So come along with us on this awesome video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and also please like the video, but most of all, enjoy the video. My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creation. Papers, and let's get out of here. And of course, rule number one, right?
They're so much bigger though.
All right, so I have insurance. Okay, get this unwrapped. Here it goes. Nice. Okay, this thing's legal now. All right, let's do the first cold start since goodness knows how long. Switch it over to sport mode. Open the exhaust flaps. First of all, let's just have a look at the F56 Mini JCW, okay? I've owned this car for coming up to 3 years now. So what I'm gonna do is go over some of the features that differ from the GP2 and the ones that I personally really like that the GP2 might not have. I like these halo headlights. They look better, they're brighter, all that fun stuff. So when I spec'd this car, I actually spec'd it to look like the original GP1. So with like white roof, white mirror caps, added stripes, but it's quite a bit bigger. And that's one of the things a lot of people like about the R Series Minis, that they're smaller and they feel more like Minis. I haven't driven an R Series Mini in a long time, and I'm quite used to this. And for me, it does feel quite small. And no matter what car I get in, it just feels like a boat. One of my favorite features on the back is these LED Unijack taillights. This is the best part about this car. Absolutely amazing. That's the JCW Pro exhaust. If you have any Mini, get it. And unfortunately, it's not available for the R Series. So I guess we're gonna have to see what the GP2 sounds like. It might actually rival this. In here is where the biggest differences are personally. The reasons that I actually went for a F56 JCW instead of GP. And that mainly was the entertainment system. I am a techie at heart. I work in IT and I need to have a nice screen to keep me occupied and keep things exciting. You all know that I installed the new GP3 digital dash in here. And that's also a feature that I love about this car. It just feels really modern, and yeah, I love it. All right, so one of the biggest things that made me go for a JCW instead of a GP2 was back seats. When I was looking for a car, I needed to have back seats, as I have a ton of siblings that sometimes I need to ferry around. Like Joshua holding the camera. He always goes in the back. I leave this free for me to, you know, drive. Plus he smells. I thought you were gonna say something there, that's why.
I was going to, I had no words.
All right, let's go take a look at the GP2. Exhaust note, anyone? All right, so we finally got a chance to meet up with the GP2, and we have them both parked up beside each other, and these grays perfectly complement each other. It's so cool. So let's just go over this and just show some of the unique features to this specific model. So they had xenon headlights and they blacked out the insides of it, which looks awesome. And they haven't done that since this until the new JCW that you see coming out in 2022. And this is one of my favorite features of this car. So this car has these 4-spoke GP wheels with these huge brakes, and oh, looks so good. You can tell that they actually took this and kind of copied it for my JCW wheel, which you see over here. So if we come to the roof, we have these stickers on it with a number. And in Canada, they had 50 units. So this car is number 42 of 50. And then they have the little Canadian flag there. In the US, they would have the US flag and then 3 digits here for the US market. As for stickers, you have these GP stickers around the base of the door. So when we come to the front, we have this GP sticker, once again, around the intake. Looks epic, and the intake is blacked out, which is super cool. And then they also have this different style diffuser around the base. It's kind of funny because they don't actually put GP stickers over the entire Mini. Sometimes they switch them out for JCW stickers, or
badges.
badges. Come around to the back, we have the spoiler that's actually carbon fiber, and they had to put little mounts inside the window, and this window is actually custom glass, because if you look over here, it doesn't actually have a rear wiper. And then once again, they have the mixture of badges. We have the GP and then the John Cooper Works badge. Honestly, probably one of my favorite parts about this car is this diffuser, which from just looking at it normally, you would think it's just a normal diffuser that kind of looks like mine. But this diffuser is actually different. It actually is a real diffuser. So I don't know if you see under here, but the diffuser actually goes way underneath the car, which is super cool. These are upgraded exhausts, so I'm also super excited to hear what those sound like. If you are like me and you needed back seats, if you wanted cruise control or literally any sort of entertainment system, Bluetooth, anything, they got rid of that. I'm super excited about this car because it really reminds me of my old R56 Mini Cooper S that I used to have. It looks very, very similar. Mine didn't have the Recaro seats, mine just had the light tan, leather, regular seats that were in all the Minis back then, and they were super nice. This one's a lot more track focused. Like for example, this one is on coilovers, which are brought all the way down to the lowest. All right, so we've given a brief comparison between my car and this car and some of the cool features that this has. So what we're gonna do now is take them on the road and see how they compare while driving. You can almost feel how it like conforms to the road. It must be that coilover suspension. Alright, so what do I think about the GP2? Well, let's start off with how comfortable it is, okay? It's super comfortable. The Recaro seats, when you sit in them, they hug you really well and they have a lot of cushioning. A lot more than you might normally find in a car. And because of that, it's actually super comfortable on long journeys. So I was talking to the owner and he's done Mini takes the States a few times and he's done road trips all the way across North America multiple times. Another awesome thing about the car is it has coilovers, which makes the suspension super stiff. And you can actually, as you're driving it, you can feel it kind of, the suspension conform to the road. It literally eats up bumps in the road, and you can feel as you like going around corners how it just literally grips the road super well. The GP2 is super small and really nimble. You have awesome torque throughout the entire range, and even high up you have the same amount of torque until you have the shift. Another thing, the exhaust sounds epic. Like I love the exhaust in my JCW, but that also pops and bangs and everything, which we straight pipe Joshua's R56 Cooper S, and it didn't pop and bang like this one did. This one has an insane sounding exhaust. Alright, so now we come to the JCW, and it's a completely different beast, but at the same time it has the same idea. So it's super fun. You have awesome torque. Like the low-down torque on a JCW is epic. Like take the torque that you get on the GP2 and then add an extra boost low down, and that's basically what you have for the JCW. Exhaust pops and bangs and sounds epic. The suspension is tight around corners, adaptive dampers on mine, so it's more modern. So I have this awesome digital dash. I have a full screen 8-inch or 8.8-inch touchscreen entertainment system with Apple CarPlay, widescreen maps. You have back seats, you have cruise control, you have awesome sound system, you have heated seats, dual climate control, you have all sorts of necessities that make this car super easy to live with. Alright, so let's talk about how these two cars compare, how the GP2 compares to the JCW. So first of all, why exactly did we compare these two cars? Well, I was looking on the used market, and a used 2014 to 2018 JCW is the same price, if not cheaper, than a used GP2. Well, I guess all GP2s are used. They also are very similar in performance. So the JCW is only slightly faster. I think there's only a 10 horsepower difference. So the GP2, I believe it has 218 horsepower, and my JCW has 228 horsepower. The GP2 is 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds, and then this JCW is 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. And then finally, the sound is also quite similar. So the JCW, one of my favorite things about it is the loud popping exhaust, which it shocks a lot of people when they hear it. They're like, is that coming from that car? And yeah, it's probably one of the main reasons I actually own a JCW. But R56 GP2 also has loud pops and crackles like that, which I did not expect. So that was super cool to see as well. So we'd like to finish the video with kind of asking, what is the GP2 for? So the GP2 is for somebody that really enjoys autocross and racing and things like that. If somebody's willing to forego having rear seats and cruise control and little things like that, then the GP2 is definitely for that kind of person. What do you think? Yeah, exactly. And yeah, if you don't want to bring people with you and you just want to be selfish, enjoy the car for yourself, then buy a GP2. And if not, then get a JCW. And the JCW, on the other hand, has a complete different set of pros, I guess you could say. Yes, of course, it's fun, its performance is awesome, but it's also for people that do have to carry people in their car sometimes, such as me. I have to carry my many siblings around. I have to have things like rear seats, but also cruise control is nice if you want to do long trips. A nice modern entertainment system is nice, especially if they're a techie like you. Yeah, and I love my tech. If you want some of those features, then get a JCW. If you just want it for racing and autocross, and if you're an enthusiast and you just want it for that, then get a GP2. So that's our video for today. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave any comments below and we'll try to answer as best as we possibly can. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe for plenty more content to come. Okay, let's finish enjoying this road, eh? Yeah, let's go. Can I drive? No. R56 GP2 also has loud pops and crackles like that, which I did not expect. So that was super cool to see as well. Not see. Yeah, you can see flames